Acting Attorney General. I want to speak about justice for the Epstein victims and survivors. And I'm going to begin with the closing words of Virginia Roberts Giuffre in her book. It's literally, what is true is that the president has lied about being on Epstein's plane, and the unredacted files prove that. When will you comply with the law and release all of the files?
As I said to you when we spoke before.
Welcome, Acting Attorney General. I want to speak about justice for the Epstein victims and survivors. And I'm going to begin with the closing words of Virginia Roberts Giuffre in her book. It's literally the last paragraph. She writes, "I hope for a world in which predators are punished, not protected. Victims are treated with compassion, not shamed. And powerful people face the same consequences as anyone else. I yearn, too, for a world in which the perpetrators face more shame than their victims do, and where anyone who's been trafficked can confront their abusers when they are ready, no matter how much time has passed. We don't live in this world yet. I mean, seriously, where are those videotapes the FBI confiscated from Epstein's houses? And why haven't they led to prosecution of any more abusers?" That's from Virginia. It was printed, as you know, posthumously after her death. Mr. Blanche, you and I had a chance a couple of weeks ago at the Department of Justice to speak about these cases. We discussed three things in connection with this monstrous, decades-long crime spree. Number one, your failure to fully redact survivor information. Number two, your failure to follow the law and release the remaining files. And number three, your refusal to prosecute anybody else. Mr. Blanche, let's continue that inane conversation, but this time it's public. This time, and more importantly, it's under oath. You're speaking to Congress. So let's get into it. When will you comply with the law and release all of the files?
As I said to you when we spoke before, we have complied with the law. We have reviewed.
There are 3 million more documents, and you know what you said to me? They're all duplicative, and they include another guy named Epstein.
No, I didn't
Nobody's
say
buying.
that.
That's
I did
what you
not
said.
say that.
That's what you said.
So look,
reclaiming my
can
time.
I answer? Can I answer the question?
No, you may not. I
Okay.
just gave you the answer you gave me.
Telling.
No, actually, it's my time, Mr. Chairman. I think those are the rules of this committee. I told him the answer he gave me, and now in public he's trying to say something else. Please stop the clock. Can I get that time back? May I have 20 seconds back, Mr. Chairman? Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Mr. Blanche.
You don't want me to answer the question.
Mr. Blanche, as you know, I visited DOJ 3 times for as much as 10 hours, and I'll be going back. Does the Epstein File Transparency Act say that the files should be available to members of Congress with a minder at DOJ, where you're in a secure room, you can't write on any of the binders, you can take your own notes? Is that what the Transparency Act says?
It doesn't require we allow you to come to DOJ at all. We did that on our own.
What does it say in terms of transparency? It says that they should be made publicly available.
And they were.
Am I correct?
And
publicly
they were.
available.
And they were.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Time of the gentlelady has expired.
I beg your pardon. And I'd actually like to get 20 seconds back. How do I get cut off 2 minutes into this?
2 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Time of the gentlelady has expired.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Chairman. No, that's not right. What rules are we operating under? Because he's under a little bit of heat for not prosecuting anyone in these monstrous crimes? I've been in the room. I have been there. This is what I had to do, to transcribe, to show what is true. What is true is that the president has lied about being on Epstein's plane, and the unredacted files prove that. There's a lot in here. I am shocked at this. There's also this set of files in the file. This is investigation into the potential co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein. I almost used up all the blank ink in the hallway because it's all covered up. It's all covered up. The American people are not stupid. They know that when members of Congress have to go in and actually unredact to try to find the truth for these victims, something is corrupt. Something is corrosive. You were paid $10 million to represent the president. You hang a 30-foot banner of the president's menacing face over the entrance to the Department of Justice. You said that if you were terminated or not moved forward as Attorney General, you would say to the president, "I love you, sir." So I have one question for you. Is your obligation to the victims and survivors of Epstein's heinous crimes and all his perpetrators, or is your first obligation to the President of the United States?
So without a doubt, we want to bring justice to every victim.
When will you bring that justice?
Can I please finish?
Excuse me.
Can I finish?
It's been decades. When will
Can
you
I
bring,
finish?
When will you bring the justice?
So as I was saying,
When will you prosecute?
Oh,
And who will you prosecute?
can I
Please
speak?
allow the witness to answer.
You told me in our
So I'll tell
conversation you
so
blamed the victims.
Every victim
Let the record
of Mr.
reflect,
Epstein,
he told me
of
that the victims didn't give good names.
let me be crystal clear, that this Department of Justice will always protect victims and will always prosecute anybody we can, okay? Full stop, no ifs, ands, or buts, okay? What you are showing in a game of showmanship are redactions because of victims, because that prosecution memorandum
Perpetrators.
talks about, excuse me?
Perpetrators, too.
How do you know that? Go ahead.
Talk to the
Exactly.
victims.
So
Talk to the victims.
they're victims' names, which we are required to redact, required by law to redact, which we did. Okay? So I take
Mr.
umbrage
Chairman,
to
I
the
realize
idea.
I'm over time. I thank you for that indulgence. I want to ask for unanimous consent to enter records onto the record. May I do that now?
With that,
Today, I'm covering a heated congressional hearing where Representative Madeleine Dean confronted a top Justice Department official over the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. The exchange centered on transparency, accountability, and whether justice is truly being delivered for Epstein's victims and survivors. The hearing opened with Representative Dean reading a powerful passage from the late Virginia Giuffre's book. The message called for a world where predators are punished, victims are treated with compassion, and powerful individuals face the same consequences as everyone else. Dean used those words to frame the central question of the hearing. Why are there still unanswered questions surrounding the Epstein case, and why haven't more people been prosecuted? Dean then challenged the Justice Department over the release of Epstein-related records. She argued that millions of documents remain unavailable to the public and questioned whether the government has fully complied with transparency requirements. The DOJ official pushed back, insisting that the department had followed the law and made information available. The disagreement quickly became one of the most intense moments of the hearing, with both sides disputing what information has been released and what remains hidden. Before we continue, if you enjoy coverage of major congressional hearings, government investigations, and the biggest moments from Washington, click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Now let's get back to the hearing. As the hearing continued, Dean accused the Justice Department of withholding critical information related to potential Epstein associates and co-conspirators. She argued that extensive redactions and limited public access have fueled public skepticism and left many victims searching for answers. Dean also questioned why additional prosecutions have not followed despite years of investigations and public scrutiny. The exchange reflected growing frustration among lawmakers seeking greater transparency in one of the most notorious criminal cases in recent history. The hearing ended with a direct question about priorities. Dean asked whether the Justice Department's primary obligation is to the victims and survivors of Epstein's crimes or to political interests. The DOJ official responded that the department remains committed to protecting victims and prosecuting anyone against whom sufficient evidence exists. However, the discussion highlighted the ongoing debate over whether enough has been done to deliver justice and accountability. By the end of the hearing, the focus remained on transparency, victim advocacy, and unanswered questions surrounding the Epstein investigation. For many observers, the central issue was simple: have all the facts been made public, and will anyone else be held accountable? What do you think? Should the Justice Department release more Epstein-related records, or has it already provided the information required by law? Let us know in the comments below.